Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Meeple has landed.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Vitruvian Meeples production of a special one-shot that we're calling Detention of Doom. I'm here with Ray, Julie, Patrick, and ECAT. We're still playing CYPHER, but we're doing a little bit of a fun Halloween one-shot, so I think we're just gonna get right into it, and we start at unassuming Grimsby High School. Yeah, very stereotypical high school in a very stereotypical suburban town outside some major city. I don't know yet. Probably won't matter. Probably. It is mid-October, just past, I believe, homecoming, and it is the end of a Thursday. Thursday, October 17th. And as the camera pans down into the school, we see the last of the students filing out at the end of the day, and we find ourselves staring into the door of Mr. Fidget's math class, where sit 4 somewhat dejected students, all of whom have found themselves in detention. Now we're going to go around and we're going to introduce and describe everyone's characters and give a short explanation of why you're in detention. And we'll start with Arshat.
Hello, I am Arshat. Little embarrassed to be in this situation right now, especially with what this could possibly mean with my father's position as ambassador and diplomat, and just being here relatively recently. But I could not stand idly and let what was happening with my wrestling teammate, Ashton, clearly harassing and making advancements on this girl. I'm so sorry, I'm forgetting her name, but I think actually she's a friend of yours, Courtney, and just would not let up. And I tried to talk some sense into him, but he was very belligerent and did not care to listen. So I proceeded to get what I like to call my reinforcements, my cricket bat, and tried to make my point thusly when our coach came up and had us both go to the office. Ashton, alas, is no longer on the team, and I shall serve my time gladly defending somebody who was not able to defend themselves.
Excellent. Okay. And with that segue, we'll go over to Courtney. Courtney, please introduce us to your character and tell us why she's sitting in detention.
My name is Courtney. I am the head cheerleader for the varsity squad. Our team has been, has been undefeated all season. Everything has been going great. The cheer squad, is just been, outperforming, everybody. And unfortunately, our rivals over at South decided that they were going to start a fight during the homecoming game. And, well, couldn't have that, so I ended it. Okay. I mean, everybody chipped in, but I ended it. It needed to be done. We still won the game.
And that's what's important, right?
Yep.
All right. From there, let's head over to Desmond. Desmond, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're here.
So Desmond Langtree is one of the notable nerds of the school. He has perfect grades, And thus it's kind of a surprise that he would end up in detention, as he tends to get away with a whole lot of stuff. But he's generally also kind of quiet, very distracted in class, which is something that frustrates all the teachers. He's very rarely listening to them, and yet seems to do very well in the class. And he managed to land himself in detention because he was seen in the principal's office. How he had gotten in there, no one's really sure. Probably just walked in. But of note, he was kind of checking out the area where they have that safe where they keep the state exams. And he was kind of poking around there, and they're not sure what he was up to, but he certainly deserved detention for being inside of, the principal's office without any permission.
Yeah, I'd say that. Okay, and finally, let's go over to Jessica. Jessica, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, it is Jessica, never Jessie. I am not a Jessie. I am basically the one that all the kids across all the grades and all the social groups know to be the one to come to when you need computer help. I've just got away with computers. And although I am barely a C student, I have managed to charm and talk my way into never failing class or anything of that nature. And I'm here today because the quarterback of the football team was failing chemistry and came to me with a little bit of cash and asked for some help so that the grade on his last exam would enable him to continue to play in last weekend's game. Unfortunately, he did not listen to me, and he wanted an A rather than just a passing grade. And the teacher remembered that he did not get an A. And well, being the captain of the football team meant they kind of looked the other way on that, but I ended up here.
I see. Yes.
He's a dumbass because I
Yes.
told him to actually study and,
Well, and had Desmond come to me, I could have gotten him the exam questions.
Right. So you all find yourselves here. Now, Mr. Fidget is he's still on somewhat of the young side. He's in his late 20s. But he's already got the, round glasses that are a little too thick for his own good, and the mustache that you think would belong on a teacher 20 years his senior. He's got kind of shaggy strawberry blonde hair. And he is dressed actually in a button-up white collar shirt and tie. And the tie has all sorts of little math symbols and cute little things on it because he likes to be that kind of cute teacher. And now, I know the four of you. None of you are bad kids. Now, I don't understand what happened. What do I know? I'm not the guidance counselor. I just, I got to be the one to draw detention duty today. So, I guess, well, Courtney, I know you got some math homework to work on, right? And I think everyone's got something they should be doing. So I'm going to be up here grading some papers. And you all just kind of keep quiet and do some homework, and maybe along the lines, think a little bit about maybe what you did and why you're here, or not, not really up to me. And he sits down at his desk and pulls out some papers and begins to grade them. What are you all doing?
I pull out my laptop and start just typing away on my latest project.
Okay.
Desmond reaches into his bag, pulls out a book, just slaps it on the table, opens it up, and then just stares glassy-eyed off into space.
Okay.
Arshad leans over to Courtney and asks how her friend is doing after the ordeal from earlier. It is like, is your friend doing okay? I know that was a very
yeah,
difficult experience for her, but was she able to surround herself with friends and be able to?
yes.
Okay, very good. I just wanted to make sure that she was all right.
And yeah, probably about 10 or 15 minutes pass, and like nothing's going on. It's boring as hell. And the door is open just a little bit. It's not, fully open, but it's not closed on. And you start to hear kind of some weird noises from down the hall in the direction of the cafeteria. I don't know what Lunch Lady Doreen is making for lunch tomorrow, but it's got to be involved. It's got to be involving ground beef somehow, and it sounds like she's going to the trouble of making it herself. And it doesn't bother you for a few minutes, but it gets louder, and it's not deafening by any stretch of the imagination, but it's enough that it's starting to interrupt on your quiet time. And Mr. Fidget says, "I'm going to go see what Lunch Lady Doreen is up to. That's getting a little loud now. You guys keep quiet, all right? Just do your thing. I know I don't got to worry about you, but don't make me worry about you, okay?" And
If anybody is looking at the screen of Jessica's computer, they will see that she has gone back into the captain of the football team's records and changed his grade back and lowered 3 others.
Oh, I love it. Love it. You love to see it.
Because, of course, the school has not learned to change the password.
Right? Why would they do that? And another 10 minutes or so pass. And there's no sign of Mr. Fidget.
Huh.
I pull out my earbuds, tuck them away, look around, close my computer,
Okay.
slide it into my backpack, throw it over my shoulder, and I walk out.
Okay. Are you walking out of school or just out of the detention room?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I'm like, screw this. He's not coming back, clearly.
All right. I'm going to ask for our first roll of the game. And I'm going to ask you for we're going to start pretty easy. Let's make it a perception check, difficulty 3.
Okay, I've trained in that, so let me find it. There it is. Difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You look down towards the cafeteria because as far as you know, that's what he was going to investigate. And you see that there are streaks of what look like some kind of liquid on the floor, heading towards the cafeteria.
I'm inquisitive enough. I poked my head in just to let them know I'm heading to the cafeteria to see what's going on if anyone wants to join me.
Yeah,
I head that way.
I'll join you because
Yeah, I
I'm
get up. I'm just,
Yeah,
I'm done with this math. I just no.
I pitched the book back into the bag and just grab my backpack and follow down the hallway.
Okay.
As Arsat gets up too, he leans over to Courtney and says, if you would like some help with that, I could probably make some time in order to.
Yeah, that would be good because if this is like the one subject that makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
Okay, so you all go out into the hall and head down towards the cafeteria. And as you get there, you do see, yes, in fact, there are streaks of what look like a couple of liquids here that seem to have combined. I would like everyone please to give me an identifying roll, or if you don't have anything that would help with that, it's just straight up intellect. We'll call it difficulty 2 with extra information at a 4. So make it a 2 and see what we get. Okay.
Dice. Oh shoot. Hold on. Where did the dice go for the intellect roll?
Oh,
It's now the square thingy.
yeah.
It's now the notebook. Oh,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
her. I apologize.
Okay. So Arshat, Desmond, and Jessica, it looks like, because you are trained. You all beat the higher difficulty. Courtney, you did not, but that's okay. So all 4 of you mark the easy one, which is that one of the fluids here is definitely blood. The other one, Arshat, Desmond, and Jessica, it takes you a second because it's very odd because it's not quite liquid, and it's also bright neon fucking green. And it takes you a second, and you realize that it's half melted Jello.
I do not know if I'm going to be having lunch here tomorrow.
I was just thinking the same thing. I think I'm bringing lunch tomorrow. Because
Yeah, I
Okay, what do you
are
want?
I don't know
we
which of
are
these
we
two things
near a
concern me the
janitor's?
most.
Are we near a janitor's closet?
You are near a janitor's closet.
Okay.
Careful opening that. You might get detention if you go in there.
What are they gonna do? Come on.
They're kind of
I
porky
talked
about
them
going
out
to
of
rooms you don't
suspending
belong
me.
in.
Come on. So just to be the smart ass, I go over to the janitor's closet, pull out the little floor sign that says slippery.
Okay.
Mark it.
Well, hold on. So I am going to offer you, my friend, a GM intrusion.
Oh, sure. Let me. Give it to court. What the hell?
So as you go to get the sign, you kind of you have to jostle around in there a little bit to get past all of the stuff, and something falls and kind of hits you on like the back of the neck because you were hunched over, and you hear a metal clattering as it hits the ground, and the other 3 of you, shortly joined by Jessica, when you get to take a look, you see a sword. Nice, what looks like, nice, pretty, English long sword, something King Arthur would carry, maybe Robin Hood. You don't know that much about, you don't remember if he carried a sword in that one.
Well, I sure as hell don't.
It isn't like coated in blood or anything, is it?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Well, I quickly scrambled backwards out of the janitor's closet,
Okay.
actually holding on to the sign,
Okay.
kind of like almost as a shield type thing, just because that's the way I was carrying it.
Okay.
And go, what is that?
Arshot looks over to Desmond's like, there's not some sort of Renaissance club that I was unaware of, is there?
No, but Halloween's coming. Do any of the janitors actually have enough whimsy to dress up for Halloween? I don't recall that they ever do.
Um, well, Desmond, are you the kind of person who's friendly with the janitorial staff, or is it they're there to do their job?
Oh,
And
very much. For a person who likes to sneak into places where he doesn't belong so he can try to grab tests and stuff.
fair,
Yes, he does.
fair. Um, so most of the janitors are mostly keep to themselves kind of people. Um, there's one, you remember his name is Daniel, but you don't ever remember getting his last name. He was cordial, he was friendly, he didn't really strike up a conversation with you or anything, but he always had time for hello and how are you. And but looked like he was like looking out for the kids.
So I pulled my hanky out of my back pocket, because all nerds have a hanky in their back pocket.
Right.
Wrap that around the hilt and then lift the sword up to see if I can determine if it's a real sword. Because once again, also being a gigantic nerd, I'm trying to see if it's like a full tang, so I jiggle it around to see if it rattles or anything. And also to see if it's sharp.
So you pick it up, and it is if this is a costume sword, they went to a great deal of effort to make it so it would move correctly, because it is heavy. It feels solid.
I'm
And
in the back of my
Nice.
neck where it landed against me.
yeah, it landed on the pommel, so you've got you'll probably have a little bit of a bump there tomorrow. And how are you testing to see if it's sharp?
Well, first I'm just going to turn it and try to catch the light along the edge of the blade.
Okay. Make me a perception roll, difficulty 7.
Oof.
Good luck with that.
How
This nerd is writing checks. His abilities probably cannot catch.
Nope.
Mm.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, and you move it around so it catches the light, and it certainly it looks like steel. It feels like steel.
So I look up on the shelf that it was on. Is there anything else up there, or is it just a sword hanging up on a shelf?
You actually couldn't tell where it came from. The closet has a whole lot of just things stacked up, and there are things on some shelves, but you don't really see any glaring place where this should have been.
So I hold it out, the pommel up, but do you want it?
No.
It hit you, so obviously it likes you.
No. Look, I'm a geek, not a nerd.
Of all the people who can appreciate that difference, that's me.
You do with it as you want. I go and put the wet floor sign down,
Okay.
and I'm like, I want to find out where this is all coming from.
Okay.
So I lean it up against where the mops and stuff are.
Okay.
Fold my handkerchief back up, and we're going to leave that there for now, because I have a feeling I'll get in even more trouble from walking around the school with somebody else's sword,
Yeah, probably.
let alone my own.
Close the door behind you.
Okay. And you walk into the cafeteria. The cafeteria itself seems relatively normal, except you're still seeing the trails of combined blood and jello going towards the actual kitchen area. And from the kitchen area, you actually can see a faint green glow.
Like where they're prepping the food, or
Yeah, like the actual, you can't see into the kitchen area very well. It's not like this is not an open kitchen layout because it's a school cafeteria and no one wants to see that. But it is also not a hermetically sealed box. So you can see that there is light coming from it of a color that is probably not the fluorescence on the ceiling.
my interest is definitely piqued. And
So far,
kinda-
no sign of either the cranky lunch lady or the instructor.
Make me and everyone can do this. Make me a hearing-based perception roll. So again, anything that's specifically visual perception is not going to apply here, but anything that general perception will, or anything relating to hearing will. That's going to be a difficulty 5.
Effort into that.
Nope. We don't have perception, just regular intellect.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm,
Difficulty 5.
Yep.
With an effort.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that's
I
not
may
me.
not be smart, but I'm perceptive.
All right. So Jessica and Arshot, you hear what is unmistakably Lunch Lady Doreen's voice coming from the kitchen. She's got the gravelly throat of having smoked for the last 40 years. She would probably still have. In fact, you actually have seen her outside. Outside the back of the cafeteria, smoking on a regular basis. And actually, Courtney, you actually remember one time that you actually caught sight of her actually smoking in the kitchen. And you managed to get away before she clocked you. But it's kind of rhythmic, but you can't make out what she's saying. But it's definitely her voice.
Well, I kind of go up on the balls of my feet and in my knockoff Keds sneakers, kind of tiptoe my way sneakily up towards the entrance to see if I can kind of get a glance of what is going on behind scenes.
Okay. Make me a sneaking roll, difficulty 5. Okay. Yes, you managed to, you have to stop a couple of times because, you've done this kind of thing enough that, you kind of know where some of the loose floorboards are, but you have to very carefully plan your route to not give yourself away. And you managed to get up to one of the windows into the kitchen. The entire place is glowing only slightly less neon highlighter yellow than, highlighter yellow. It is distinctly bright fucking neon green. You see Lunch Lady Doreen is standing over a huge pot on the stovetop of one of the stoves in the kitchen. And she is chanting she has a book in one hand and she's chanting something that you do not understand. It is not in a language that you've ever heard. And in the other, she has this gigantic box of generic brand gelatin that is the appropriate color of light green that she is pouring very, one might say ritualistically, into the pot. Every once in a while she puts it down and, reads another couple of things from the book and, gets the huge, spoon that was probably in today's chili, gives it a good few workings and then is kind of repeating this process.
Can Arshot hear the language
Um,
from where he is?
Now, you did not go up to the kitchen with Jessica, but you did make the perception roll. Give me another. Give me a linguistics roll, difficulty 5.
Babel?
Okay, so Babel's an ability, and
Wait, skills. I don't have
if you don't have linguistics, then it's just going to be intellect. I will say, let me take a look at what Babel does here. So yeah, this is basically to see if you recognize it.
Sure.
Obviously, with your Babel skill, you will soon be able to speak it. But this is to see if you recognize it.
So intellect.
Yep.
Difficulty 5.
5. Yep.
There we go.
Nice. So the interesting thing is you don't recognize it. You know a lot about languages. You've got a very, very well-trained ear. You can pick up most languages very, very quickly. But some of the phonemes are not even from any language that you recognize. It's almost, you kind of sitting here going, I don't quite know how she made that one. The human mouth.
Is there anything like not even roots and syntax or repeated? Like, can he detect anything as far as where the language can be traced or symbolic to?
Again, there is a rhythm, but part of that is her chanting.
That's the deliverance.
Yeah, you do start to pick up some repeated words, I guess.
Sure.
But again, you're not tracing it back to Indo-European. You're not tracing it back to none of the languages that you have ever experienced, which is most of them, bear any resemblance to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I pull out my phone and I pull up one of the apps that is, that translates the spoken language that it hears into text, just to see if it translates anything that she's chanting.
Okay. The screen on your phone, you start the app and it gives you the little, you're listening and the microphone and the little, sound wave thing. And then the screen goes blank. And a second later, it comes back on and the image starts to twist inward towards the center of the phone. This is not its normal app behavior.
And I'm now pissed because, of course, this is the top of the line. I just got it 2 days ago because that's whatever operating system I'm using's release date. So I'm pissed that my phone's not working.
Okay. Do you quit the app?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually shut the phone off.
Okay.
Hard stops sometimes work.
Yep.
Reboot key.
So when you take a moment to shut it off, you realize that it was very quickly getting very warm. You had it just open for a few seconds and you still, it will take some time to cool down.
Nice. I
Um,
wave it a little. Yeah.
make me another sneaking roll, difficulty 5, please. Nice. You manage to keep quiet enough that you still do not attract Lunch Lady Doreen's attention.
I look over at the other three and just kind of shrug and kind of wave my finger like crazy the town is going on in there.
What do the rest of you do?
Yeah. I have a question. Does that line of blood go all the way into the cauldron?
Are you going to look?
I'm asking them because they already
Oh.
looked.
Okay. So Jessica, you came back to the rest of the group, or are you still?
Right? No, I'm still there. I'm
Okay.
looking across the kitchen, the cafeteria at them.
Okay.
Did the Jello blood smear across the kitchen completely, or the cafeteria?
Make me another perception check. We'll call this one difficulty 4. And actually, before you roll, I've got a deal for you. I'll give you 2 assets on the roll, but you have to make another sneaking check.
I'm gonna pass on that.
Okay.
Because after all, she is only 17.
Yep.
17.
Nice. There we go. There's the extended description that I was hoping for. So yes, you do. You notice actually that the trails kind of go basically up to the stove. The slime trail stops, and it looks like there is a trail of blood over to the refrigerator, and then maybe a hint, and then it looks like someone, probably Doreen, walked back through it, and there may be a few extra little bit of blood on the return trip.
Okay. I sneak back to the group
Okay. Me one more sneaking roll, please.
and difficulty
5. Where are these rolls during echoes?
Tell
I'm just
me
saying-
about it.
You know what? We didn't curse these dice like we did last time.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, so you make it back over to the group. Somehow managing to keep quiet through all this. Now Jessica, you are as you and I discussed earlier, you're kind of a social chameleon.
Yeah.
You kind of float between the cliques. So all 3 of you, I mean, all 4 of you know each other, or at least know of each other. Every one of you knows Jessica. She's in either a class with you, or a club with you, or her best friend used to date your best friend, and you'd all hang out or something like that. Jessica is very well known in the school. Not for doing
I'm
this.
friends with everybody, but don't belong to one clique.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
She moonlights all over the place. This is a new side of her. This is not something that you've really seen. Almost like she was keeping it hidden. But
So I run my hand up and I pull my ponytail because I didn't say this. My hair is that shade of blonde that's either dark blonde or light brown, that depending on the light.
Yep.
And it's in a ponytail. It's down to my waist.
Okay.
I'm just kind of pulling on it, going, well, this is weird.
I think weird would be an understatement, but yes.
I mean, and this is weird for our school definition of weird.
Now, all four of you have had some run-in with something that just wasn't normal, wasn't easily explainable. Jessica, your uncle is a beat cop.
Yep.
For the police, and he was over for dinner one night. This was a few months ago, and he was talking to. After dinner, he was talking to your mom, who he is her brother, about this case that he's working on, and it was just bizarre. All these things were happening, and he couldn't figure out anything. And I think you were inquisitive enough that you actually snuck out and followed him at one point.
Of course.
And you are convinced, you will argue this until the day you die, that what you saw actually painting that graffiti was a flock of pixies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll get to others later. But yes, each of you has had, like I said, some run-in with, something that would not be normally explainable.
I've actually heard Uncle James absolutely convinced that we're on a Hellmouth kind of thing. Him having been a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan.
Yeah. One of the things he's really frustrated about is that he has to keep it quiet at work, though.
Right.
Because, that would get him booted from the force.
Yeah.
Frankly. That kind of talk.
So yeah, I got no words, guys. Doreen's muttering something. It looks like she's making radioactive jello. And the blood smear goes all the way to the big walk-in.
So at this point, I'm going to offer a group intrusion.
I'm game.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's
Yep.
do it.
Okay.
So each of you take an XP. You do not get a second one to hand to someone else. That would be silly. And you hear, so there is a flash of kind of that greenish light, but kind of mixed with yellow from the kitchen. And a moment later, you hear what you swear would be a peal of thunder, like from a lightning strike, coming from the kitchen. And the next thing you hear is loud, definitely not human, definitely some kind of roar, and definitely sounds kind of like it's trying to roar while gargling something.
Okay. I want to invoke anecdote,
Okay.
which, if I tell y'all a story, if you pay attention to me, you are trained in a task that you choose that is related to the anecdote, as long as it is not an attack or defense. So I share the story of the weird ass pixies.
So the problem is anecdote takes a minute.
Right. So
why don't we start walking back to our detention room and reset?
and regroup while I'm telling this story.
Okay.
So yeah, I swear to God, I followed my Uncle James. Now, I know, Courtney, you know my uncle.
Yeah.
I know you've run into him a couple times. I followed him out while he was on the beat path one time. And I swear to God, I saw these little things tagging Old Man Zeller's farmhouse and wares. But these were not normal, like first graders. They had little pointy teeth and wings.
So you are just about through this story when the doors of the cafeteria blow off their handles, or blow off their hinges, excuse me, and they go slamming into the lockers across the hall. And this 7-foot clawed-ish, gnarling, gargling, dripping jello slime monster, you're guessing, comes, well, pretty slowly through the door, because slime monster. But its roar can be heard and echoes as far as you can see in the school.
How close are we back to being back into the detention room?
You're most of the way there.
I'm
Ashot mutters under his breath, I am wishing I had a different pair of pants. And almost instinctively turns and bolts towards his locker to get his 2 cricket bats.
That sounds like a cue for a GM intrusion, if ever I heard one. So the school is a large ring, but you would have to go probably 3 legs of a square to get to your locker if you ran away from the creature. Your locker's right over there. Unfortunately, the creature is right in the middle.
Hasn't spotted us yet.
Everyone make me a sneaking roll, difficulty 5. Jessica, you are hindered by 1 step because you are telling a story.
Okay, so with
Is
this
sneaking a speed?
Yeah, if you don't have anything about being sneaky, it's speed.
What's the difficulty again?
5.
Thank you.
So I've got a difficult. It was what? I'm sorry.
So basically, for you, it is difficulty 6.
Okay.
You are hindered by 1 step because you are actively trying to tell a story to. Well, the vote is 3-1 against. Yeah, the thing turns and clocks you and gives a roar. Arshot, it seems to be like there seems to be some semblance of that same language in the gurgles that are coming out of this thing's throat. And what you're starting to pick up is it has spotted its dinner. And it is you.
None of this is what I am wanting. So
Did
it's
my anecdote take effect?
Yes.
Okay.
What are they all trained in?
It's hold on. Oh, that I choose. How about How about stealth?
Okay.
Go for stealth for 1 hour.
Okay. I think that still, yeah, you still would have on the whole failed. Courtney, you have a minor effect. What would you like it to be?
That I actually did manage to kind of, because tumbling, and all of those acrobatic
Cheerleader
skills.
things, yeah.
Yeah, I managed to actually kind of somersault, tumble past the creature kind of off to the side, and he didn't notice me, so that I can try to get up behind it, so that if it actually lunges for everybody again, so that I can basically do a tap tap, I'm back here.
All right, so you were trying to sneak away from it, and you've decided to turn that on its head.
Give everybody else a chance to be able to get away if necessary.
Okay. So, and you're trying to basically tumble past it and still have it not notice you. Okay. So we're going to start with an acrobatics, any, whatever kind of physical skills you have that might be relevant here. Try to sell me. That's going to be a difficulty 5.
Okay. I might have. Oh, yeah, considering I don't actually have acrobatic skills in my stuff,
Nope.
but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Charm the hell out of the thing.
Yes, that's probably what I'm going to end up having to. Okay, but I got that, so I will take that.
Okay. So yes, it was focused enough on your three compatriots that you actually managed to tumble past it. Something that one of the new moves that you introduced to the squad this year, actually, because you are the Grimsby Wolves, and so you basically you have the squad literally down on all fours doing kind of a wolf crawl thing, and that's actually what you use to get past it. The other 3 of you.
So relative us to the closet with the sword in it versus the critter.
The closet right now is between you and the creature. Probably about halfway.
Arset, do you think you could swing a sword?
I believe it not to be too different than the cricket bat, yes. I've not had this opportunity, and at this time especially, I would welcome it.
All right. Run for the closet, see if you can get the sword. I'll distract it if I have to.
I got distraction for you. I'll keep its attention on me.
That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
And it's not a cricket bat, but on the other hand, it's a sword.
It has a handle and swingable. I think I can manage.
Yep.
I'm going to step forward.
Okay.
Make eye contact with the thing.
Okay.
And invoke enthrall.
Okay.
And I just start telling this thing story after story after story after story. So this one time, remember the cartoon of the little kid?
Yeah. Randy Beeman.
The Randy Beeman kid.
Yep.
I start telling Randy Beeman stories to this
Excellent.
thing. So I would like to roll enthrall.
Okay. That is going to be a. Well, let's see. So let's look at this now because you have some skills that are. You have using special abilities that influence the mind of others, so that definitely counts. Yeah, go ahead and consider yourself trained in that because you are trained in using special abilities that influence the mind of others. It is going to be a difficulty 5 enthrall check.
Okay, hold on. I am trained in that. I'm sorry. And it was difficulty what? I'm sorry.
5.
I was looking for the thing. And I am definitely going to throw a couple points of effort into it.
Okay.
But
Nope.
oh, I'm still telling Brady
Oh, yeah.
Demons
Yep.
to
Yep.
this kid.
You
Try and get it to focus on me.
Yep. You are all about the Randy Beeman.
Because damn, because if it had taken, the thing could make no actions while I'm
Yep.
talking.
Yep.
That's okay.
I will try again on my next opportunity.
Yep.
I'll still be telling Randy Beeman stories.
Okay.
My cousin Randy.
So, Arshat, you are trying to go for the sword for the janitor's closet. Desmond, what are you doing to assist him in this? How are you covering him?
Okay, I'm waiting to see if this thing starts heading towards us. If so, I'm going to hit it with something.
Okay.
In fact, I pull one of my books out of my book bag.
I mean, yes, it is definitely oozing towards you.
How fast?
Not incredibly. But so Arshat will make it to the closet before the monster does. You're just not sure that he will be able to get in and get the sword and get it ready before the monster gets to him.
Okay, is the monster paying any attention to him yet so far?
Yes, because a tasty little morsel is running basically right at it.
Okay, I toss the book up into the air, grab it with my mental powers, and throw it down the hallway at him in an onslaught attack.
Nice. Okay. Make a difficulty 5 onslaught roll.
Are abilities trained or are they practiced?
They are practiced.
Okay.
Now you can train in them as your skill advancement.
Let's see if I can hit it with a textbook. Oh,
Nope.
no.
This was not, in fact, a textbook case.
Oh.
Oh,
Wah, wah.
Dum dum da dum. Wow.
Have I gained its attention at all in the process, at least?
Between him and me,
Because at least I did, attempt to attack it.
You did, in fact. Hey, look at that. You missed by exactly 1 level. Would you like a devil's bar?
Okay. Yes, I would.
Excellent.
Let's do this.
I was so glad we were using that rule, and I love that rule so much. Okay, so it hits. You see the book hit the skin of the thing and kind of ooze into it. And then inside you see it start to bubble.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
Hope that wasn't a library book.
No, it's just one of my textbooks.
Nothing important.
I can grab another one from the closet. It's okay.
So our shot, I will say that did provide an asset because you at least Desmond at least gave it something to draw its attention away for a moment. So I need I would like you to make some kind of acrobatics ish roll. I know you've got like a bunch of skills. We'll see what have we got here.
I have skills, but like,
Yeah, you got jumping, but that's not really that's not well. Um,
what if I were to like jump from before the monster, like before I cross the threshold towards the doorway to the janitor's closet?
Okay. So here's what we'll say. Make me a difficulty, and you don't get an asset from Desmond on this. We're saving that for later.
Okay.
Make me a difficulty 2 jumping roll. Minor effect. So the asset that you got from Desmond, I was going to take into account when determining whether you got the sword out and ready before the monster got to you. So I'm going to offer you offer you a second asset, but it's going to be two different rolls. It's going to be a speed roll for getting the weapon out, and then either a might or speed roll, your choice, for basically readying it for battle. You have 2 assets that you can distribute between those 2 rolls in whatever combination you wish.
And the first roll is the speed for
finding the sword in the closet.
Okay, we're definitely putting an asset onto that.
Okay. So that's going to start at a difficulty 4. You do have 1 asset.
This is speed. Oh, okay. I'm gonna throw an effort in as well.
Okay. Nice.
There we go.
Okay.
Excellent.
And now you need to make a difficulty 5, either might or speed roll. Again, your choice.
Okay. We are yes.
And you can use your second asset now on this.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Very nice. Yes, you have the sword up in time. So
So
go ahead.
what you see is Ottershot collecting himself and preparing himself like he's done in a number of sports or workouts or training sessions. And in that slow motion, you see from the hallway with the creature over here, the leap forward, skillfully, deftly, beautiful form, bringing his back leg around, planting that in front, right at the edge of the doorway, reaching into the doorway while momentum is still carrying him, pivoting on his now back foot around, spinning clockwise around there, and then going into the what is it? The Akira pose.
Okay. So you get the sword, you're ready, you're in your pose, you're feeling awesome. You close the closet door because it swung out in front of you, and the thing is right in your face. Please make me an intellect defense roll, difficulty 5.
Okay.
Damn! Gotta love it. Okay.
It's a different game. It's a different set of dice.
Seriously.
Right.
Apparently.
So yeah, yes, you managed to not piss yourself in fear. As yes, you are seeing like a 7-foot. This is like every combination of Swamp Thing and the monster that ate Tokyo and Slimer from Ghostbusters that you have ever seen. It is large, it is in charge, it is disgusting, and it smells like lime. But it also smells like terror and pain.
You know, it's not an excremental, so you know, we got that going for us.
Take the small wins.
Yeah.
So now am I poised to attack it now?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Difficulty 5.
Then
Watch out, it's acidic. Or maybe alkaline, I'm not sure which. I'd need some litmus paper to check. I just took chemistry.
Hey, is there any litmus paper in that closet? I'd love to find out.
no, what you see is it's from Arshot's perspective, and then Desmond talks, and then you see the monster. It's looking at from Desmond's perspective, so you just see the back of the monster, and then Arshot moves, head comes off to the side. I do not have any of that on me, my friend. Goes back and just tries to, it's like, where should, okay, and stabs it where the book looked like it used to be.
Okay. Make me a might or speed roll. Difficulty 5.
Effort. And there you go.
Yep.
Wait, if it's acidic, we could use floor cleaner on it.
Should have told me that sooner. Ah,
I mean, do you want the devil's bargain?
I'm willing to take any bargain that keeps my clothes as clean as possible right now.
Well, then actually you probably should have let that one go. So yeah, you managed to stick the thing with the business end of the sword. And it does actually puncture the skin of this thing that is filled with slimy jello that seems to be melting on books. Please take 3 points of speed damage. And this ignores armor.
Okay.
But I think, do you have... Someone has resilience. Do you have resilience? Yes, you do. Okay, so you only take 2 because your resilience does come in to partially save you here.
Woohoo.
But yeah, that burns. Desmond was absolutely right in one direction or the other. You have no idea if alkaline substances burn as much as acidic substances do, but that fucking hurt.
Mm-hmm. So does that take me, does the effect of the pain take me out
What do you mean?
at all, or are like, do I still have the thing's attention?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I strike it again?
So we'll put a pin in that for now, and we'll see
Sure.
what everyone else is going to do. So let's see. Courtney, we haven't been to you in a bit. We're kind of playing fast and loose with the initiative rules here because why not?
Yeah. No, that's okay.
Yep. So you witness all this happening. You actually do have a really, really good perspective to watch Arshot kind of get hit in the shoulder and kind of a little bit in the cheek there is not always room for this.
No. No.
So what
Okay.
would you like to do?
I am gonna try to get his attention, intimidate him, get his focus on me since I'm kind of the farthest away from him right now.
Okay.
Give everybody else a chance to regroup.
Okay. So you said you're trying to intimidate him?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, make me so this is social encounters involving coercion or intimidation, which means you're
Yep.
only trained and not specialized.
Yep.
Yeah, make me, and we're gonna make this a little harder because, you know, it's still thinking of you as dinner. So we're gonna make that a difficulty 6.
No wind. Level up.
Effort. Oh, damn it.
Womp womp. Well, now you have its attention.
Not intimidated, but I have its attention.
Yes.
So now that it's paying attention to her, I'm going to hurl something else at it.
Okay. What?
Well, it's just after school, so I imagine there's all sorts of school detritus around here.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to just pick something up once again and then just hurl it at him.
Okay. Onslaught, difficulty 5.
Let's see. Here it is. Let's put a little effort into this.
Okay.
Oh, no. Well, I guess I'm getting an intrusion.
Well, I mean, you have XP if you want to spend it, but, you know.
I know, but not yet.
We've
It's
instilled
far
the
enough down
necessary
the hall,
fear.
hopefully.
All right. So you send, like, you know, a discarded eraser at this thing. Not even a chalkboard eraser. It's like a little, you know, one of the little pink gummy ones. And it kind of doinks off the back of the thing's head. But the thing wheels around, and Arshat, I need you to give me a difficulty 5 speed defense roll.
Phew.
Damn, boy. Y'all need to teach your other characters how to do this.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
So
he's an athletic kid.
yeah.
I'm a
I am.
distracted nerd who doesn't pay attention in class. So
Yeah, you were still kind of down cringing from where it actually spit on you, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Expectorated, who knows? And
Don't
you
want
look
to.
up just in time to see this big, huge glob come at you, and so you just duck even further,
Mhm.
and it goes over you. All right. So now it's going to take its turn, and it's going to come after Courtney.
Unexpected.
Courtney, I would like you to make me a difficulty 5 speed defense roll, please.
Okay, then.
Yep. It wallops you with this thing. Please take 3 points of might damage and 2 points of speed damage that ignores armor.
So you said 3 might and 2 speed?
Yep. And then you have 1 armor, so you'll take a total of 2 might and 2 speed.
Okay.
All right. Jessica, what are you up to?
I do a quick scan of the hallway because I'm assuming Grimsby High, like pretty much every other high school in America, like every 10, 15 feet, has a fire extinguisher bolted to the wall. I'm looking for one of those to rip the little door open and grab the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, you can find one.
So I rip open the door to the little fire extinguisher cabinet, pull it out, shake it up, and using a tinkering to do whatever it is that I do to make it a little more like, rather than spraying large, it sprays in a very finite beam. And I just let loose on the thing with the fire extinguisher, seeing if that works to make the thing slow down, get distracted, melt.
Make me so let's see. You're a speaker, so this has to count as at least a medium weapon.
Okay.
So you need
I
to
am
make.
not trained in.
No, you're not. Please make me. So it's going to be a difficulty 5 speed roll with 1 extra level of hindrance.
So 6.
Yeah.
They're
So no good.
all flustered by looking at this great, grandma's Jello salad turned monster.
Yep.
Might I suggest Plan B?
Yeah, let's get the hell
Let's
out.
run for it.
I'm all for that.
Okay.
I think it's slower than we are.
Yes.
I hope.
All right.
Good plan.
Yep. Courtney, I would like you to. I assume you are not trying to be stealthy at this point.
No.
Make me an acrobatics roll difficulty. We'll call this one 3. To get past it. Yep. Do you want a double?
Yeah.
Do you want a devil's bargain?
Yeah.
Okay. You get past the thing, but you actually end up slipping on some of the fire extinguisher foam that's now all over the floor. It is not a graceful faceplant, but it is a
I'm so glad.
faceplant.
I'm so glad a squad is not here to see this.
Mhm.
Sliding across the floor in the foam.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, think think mud surfing on, say, a shield. So yes, you all do manage to you're now running back towards the math room. What would you like to do?
I pull out my phone. Has it cooled down
Yes.
at this point?
Yeah.
I turn it back on and do the whatever the combination of buttons is to signal SOS that contacts your emergency.
Okay.
And I've got my Uncle James marked as my emergency.
Yep.
Because if that happens, I'm in that kind of dire straits. I need to pop out my mom.
Okay. So
At this point, weird, creepy thing happened. Kids are being attacked in high school.
Yep. So yeah, so you it's going to send an SOS signal to James's phone.
Yep.
All right. What are the rest of you doing?
Okay, well, I'm waiting for the others to catch up with those of us still down the hallway.
Yep.
Does Courtney look like she's actually getting back up to her feet?
Yeah. It was, she doesn't look injured for anything other than her pride, but the rest of you probably have a little bit of social capital over the head cheerleader at the moment. So bank that.
I'll get you a discount on your dry cleaning when we're all done. Because that uniform's gonna need to be cleaned.
Oh, and if I put this in my mom's washing machine, she'll kill me.
Yeah, no. I got you, girl.
I don't know. Do gelatinous ooze marks stain? Who knows?
It's made out of green jello, so yes.
When shout won't do it, try scream.
So we get back to the math room.
Okay.
I say we slam the door shut behind us.
Well, first of all, is the teacher in there?
He was not in the kitchen.
But is he back in the classroom?
Ah,
Something certainly pretending to be him is.
Did anybody notice which way he went out whenever he left the room? Did he
He
go
said he
towards
was
the
gonna go-
cafeteria or away from it?
he said he was heading towards the cafeteria to find out
That's
what
right. That's right.
going.
Yes, you are now seeing Mr. Fidget as a slime zombie.
Oh, joyous.
Oh, you still got that sword?
So let's not go into this room and just keep running.
Yeah.
Let's go to the home ec room.
If we're lucky, it'll follow us and we'll be able to loop back around to the kitchen and see what I don't know, maybe do something, or maybe just go out the front door and run for it. I'm game for either.
Which is closer, GM, the front door or the home ec room?
In the interest of actually continuing the story, I'm going to say the home ec room.
Because in the home ec room, we can get bleach, vinegar, and baking soda.
Okay, one of them is about to neutralize these things.
So
If
here's
it's baking soda, we can go back to the floor cleaner idea. But if they're caustic, on the other hand, it'll just power them up and then we're doomed.
Say bleach and baking soda make hydrochloric acid.
So
As long as you know what the actual like ratio formula is, because as I said, math.
now I'm seeing here that Jessica has an inability in lore, knowledge, or understanding. So the question is, does she know that?
Right.
Please make me, we're going to call that, in order to know how to mix those chemicals correctly without injuring yourself, that's going to start at a difficulty 4, but you're
Well, I was
rolling.
kind of hope that the nerd knew it.
What?
I was kind of hoping the nerd knew it. I just knew the two went together and made the acid.
I'm more along the lines of thinking that baking soda will neutralize almost anything. So maybe we could just find a bunch of that.
Okay. So anyone who wants to can make, we're going to call these chemistry intellect rolls. Difficulty 4. Unfortunately, Jessica, that does fall under your inability.
Yep.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, mine didn't roll. There we go.
So that's
Oh
a
man, I
basic
should have paid
intellect.
attention in
Yeah.
chemistry.
God damn.
Man, this would be a lot easier if I didn't cheat for all my grades.
Have to
Oh,
roll.
I accidentally hit the Concham intrusion button. That's beautiful. Okay. So let's see. You make it to the home ec room, but all of the cabinets are locked.
Ooh, I have lock picking and tools.
Okay. Um,
We just got to figure out which cabinet would have anything we need. Has anyone here taken home ec recently?
Yes, but
um,
I live with my mother.
oh yeah, like she
Let me
lets you
tell
into the
what she
kitchen.
has
Yeah,
me
like
do
she'd
on a
let you-
regular basis.
no, she tells you to spend all your time studying so you can get into a good school, and she takes care of she and actually she gets your father to help a little bit when he can't avoid it. But yeah, the parents take care of most of the chores in the house so you can concentrate on your studies.
So are we looking for baking soda or bleach?
I'm guessing baking soda.
All right.
Okay. Make me a lock picking roll, difficulty 4.
Oh, we are really flustered here.
Now
We were doing
these are
so
the
well
rolls
earlier.
we've come to expect from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this ain't working.
Yeah. So the home ec teacher, Mr. Curry, has gotten wise to your tricks because this is not the first time you've tried this, and actually put like real locks in rather than the stupid little things that are like half a step better than the little luggage locks.
Yeah.
And that you were not prepared for.
Yeah.
Arshat looks at the locks, looks at his sword, looks at the locks again, lifts it up, goes, "It's worth a shot."
Okay. As you are you swinging it, or you bring the pommel down on it? What are you doing?
So are we talking master's locks here? Or,
Yeah.
keyed or okay.
Yeah, a
Have
keyed
we
padlock.
tested the yes. Okay. And so our shot goes to put his thumb on the blade and does the sharpness test.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's sharp.
You need a band-aid?
Looks over to Courtney. Not yet.
Okay.
So give me a visual on how many cabinets are locked and where are the locks? Are they all in a line like cabinet, cabinet, cabinet?
Yes, there are 3 supply cabinets that look like they came straight from Sweden. They are, they are all closed with pretty, pretty decent looking padlocks.
So Arshad knows how he can swing a cricket bat.
Okay.
So he's looks over to Jessica. He's like, "Which one do you want to open first?"
And I point to the one that I was fumbling with.
"Stand back, please."
I
And
do.
he backs up and he holds the sword like a cricket bat. And then he does the run up only to put the blade directly on the 2 right above the beef of the lock.
Okay. GM intrusion. As you are, you are wound up, you're ready to go. You hear a surprisingly calm voice from the doorway saying, "Please don't break that. I can't replace it." And you turn around, and there's Daniel, the janitor.
Is it really Daniel?
Well, you see
I
no.
want to see through deception.
Hmm?
See through deception to see if it really is him.
Okay. I mean, so you were able to tell instantly that Mr. Fidget was not Mr. Fidget because he was, half eaten and covered in slime, and his skin was bright green with a gray pallor. This looks like a living, breathing human being. But no, please, make me a seeing through deception check. He's not even difficulty 2. This looks to be him.
Cool.
Have you seen the big green slime thingy down the hallway?
Yeah. Janitor's work is never done.
Do you have any ideas? We're kind of at a loss here. We're going to throw baking soda at it.
Do you have the keys?
Of course I have the keys. I'm the janitor. Give me my damn sword.
This is yours.
It was in his closet.
It's not looking like any typical custodial equipment that I have seen, and I've been around very many custodial closets.
Do you want to sit here arguing about janitorial staff, or do you want to give me back my magical artifact?
Say what?
And our shot gets transported to about age 8 for all of 3.5 seconds, goes, "Ooh, magic." But reluctantly hands the sword back.
He is actually starting to grow impatient with how long this is taking. So he kind of snatches it out of your hand. And you see that he kind of, let's see, how's he gonna do this? So you see that he kind of reaches to the side. It looks for all the world like he's going to put the thing in a scabbard. And then you see that as he does that, it's disappearing in the line where his scabbard would be. And when it gets to the bottom, the invisibility flows up to encompass the handle of the sword.
Ah,
And just kind of sit there, stare at him like with the dog look.
Yeah.
Of,
yeah.
what?
Yeah,
What?
This would be a lot to take in without having seen slime zombies, thundercrack, and 7-foot lime smelling creature.
So anyway, big green Jello salad. Looks
Yeah.
like he killed Mr. Fidget.
Damn it, I liked him. All right.
Doreen made. I'm pretty sure Lunch Lady Doreen made the green Jello thing.
Fuck.
She was muttering some sort of weird Shakespearean incantation thing over the vat of radioactive green goo.
It was not Shakespearean. I would have recognized that.
Yeah. Look, I barely passed English, okay?
Did it sound like, and he rattles off not anything specific that you heard her say, but something that very much sounds like it is in that same language?
Not exactly, but you in the right neighborhood.
in this
And
case,
by the way,
humanity.
my uncle has been notified. Sirens may be coming soon.
Yeah, we'll do it this way because I just like giving out XP. GM intrusion.
Yay. Yes.
So he looks at you and he says, I honestly wish that were the case. But the defenses shut that signal down before it could get anywhere near James's phone. Now, when you said you'd contacted your uncle, you didn't say his name.
No, I didn't. How big of a town do we live in, by the way?
You are in a medium-sized suburb of a relatively large metropolitan area, something Pittsburgh or Buffalo sized.
Okay. So yeah, they wouldn't necessarily know that James is my uncle. I pause. First, ping on the defenses stopped at that, going, okay, I need to look into that when we're done with the Jello salad.
Yeah, well, we're not under siege.
Yeah.
All right.
And I didn't say my uncle's name to you.
No, you didn't. But that's not a discussion for now. Okay. You know, I got to go with Jello salad. I like that too much. Is it good? I can keep Jello salad at bay. What I need you to do is, and he gives you a list of, you know, he actually goes and opens the cabinet, rummages around. All right. 2 large dollops of this, and he hands a little eyedropper, you know, glass thing with an eyedropper to Arshat. Yep. Just a pinch of this, and it's a little, it's actually a little drawstring bag. Hands that to Courtney.
Okay.
Let's see. He's looking around. Where is it? All right. 3 of these, and he gives a little bottle of some kind of little, what they kind of look like marbles, to Desmond. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. And then he takes out like a 2-liter Erlenmeyer flask that was stuffed way back at the corner of one of the cabinets.
Shouldn't that be in the chem lab?
No. Hands this to Jessica. And all of that. Get Doreen out of the way. Put that stuff into the pot. It should neutralize it.
Okay.
Do we combine it all now, or do we combine it in the pot?
In the pot.
Okay.
As he kind of said, you know, he's already starting to go out of the room. He kind of shouts that over his shoulder as he's leaving.
Alrighty, let's go do what Mr. Janitor.
So the school is a big
Janitor.
loop, so we head the opposite direction from him.
Okay.
Assuming he's going to run into this line thingy, and we don't want to.
Right. So we're going to have a small little combat just to, you know, make things a little more spicy. You see. Oh, let's see. Jessica, you see the football player whose grades you were hacking.
Mm-hmm.
And Courtney, you see the girl that tried out for the cheerleading squad at the beginning of the year, and you all laughed her out of the auditorium.
Okay.
Shambling grayish and green towards you. Please roll initiative.
Oh.
Well, I get the creatures out.
Oh, you got to create the
Yep,
encounter.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
There we go.
Why can I never find the damn initiative?
It's at the
Under skills.
Yep.
First thing under skills.
Thank you. Difficulty 2?
3.
Oh,
Three.
I didn't do that.
It-
So let me
So
re-roll.
it doesn't matter. Yep, you all did just fine. And hey, look at that. We're gonna go into combat. There it is. Desmond, you are first up. Now you still never made it to your locker, so you still don't have your cricket bats.
No, that's our shot.
Or sorry, excuse me.
So we're in the hallway, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So since we were just in the home ec lab, I decided to grab a bunch of miscellaneous crap in order to use for my ability.
Okay.
Figuring might have to fight, some zombies or something. So I am indeed going to take a shot at one of the zombies.
Okay.
Let's see.
So that is, that is a difficulty 2. You're doing this with onslaught?
Yep.
Okay.
It's the difficulty 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, base damage is not set for that.
No, it's not. That should be 4. Oh,
4.
plus 3 is
plus
7.
3 for.
Okay. Yeah, so you grabbed you managed to bean so the way I'm envisioning it is, you're not just like floating it and, throwing it, you are floating it and launching it. You are actually throwing it and just kind of tweaking it a little bit. Because this is not vulgar magic. But you managed to bean the jock in the head with a Bunsen burner. And he... No science! And that makes it Arshan's turn. Now, Arshan, as I was saying...
Mm-hmm.
You still do not have access to your cricket bats, but I will give you the opportunity to have grabbed something functionally equivalent in the home ec room before you left.
Okay.
Because I don't want the fighties to be completely without weapons.
Much appreciated. Let's see. Science home ec classroom. Trying to get the cabinets open. They weren't open, but
You have a mop handle.
yeah.
It's a little bit longer than you're really used to.
Mm-hmm.
But
Doesn't count as heavy.
nope. So you actually reach down and you snap about the bottom third of it off on your knee. Much better.
Mm-hmm. And let's see. Okay. I'm barely injured. All right. Let's go after the one that's closest to me.
All right. So they are actually about equidistant.
Okay.
There's the jock who you're pretty sure you heard make fun of your home country at some point,
Mm-hmm.
and the cheerleader that actually went out of her way to tell you not to bother asking her out.
Mm.
Oh, damn. Whew.
This is called an embarrassment of riches.
Yes. We will go after the
Oh, an
jock.
embarrassment at homecoming.
Right?
Yeah, that too.
Yep. All right.
Prithee, thy name is high school.
Yep. Difficulty 2.
All right. Medium weapon. Boom. Base difficulty 2. Yay.
Nice. To channel Matt Mercer, how would you like to do this? You have taken down the jock.
Mm-hmm. So the jock is reeling from being beamed already.
Yep.
So our shot is taking advantage of the initiative here and runs up again like the cricket bat, runs up to him and says, "Oh, look, more science." And he looks down and our shot just comes up with an uppercut and literally takes his head off.
Nice. Okay. All right. Yeah, you so you do that, it kind of rips most of the way off and kind of flops backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of watch in slow motion as the last little bit of skin kind of peels and it onto the floor. Jessica.
Now I recognize that I'm pretty soft and squishy.
Mhm.
I am not hot or anything of that nature.
Okay.
So I am just going to kind of use my ability to kind of blend into the woodwork and not draw the zombie's attention.
Okay.
That's still
That's going to be make me a roll for blend in, difficulty 3.
free.
Okay.
And just kind of slowly move my way along as he doing this. I am not the droid you're looking for.
All right. Well, that makes it zombie cheerleader's turn. And look at that. Arshot, you are right there. You see the cheerleader kind of looks at the jock. Her eyes go wide. And she actually manages to moan out, "I was going to go away with him tonight!" And attempts to claw at you. Please make me a difficulty 3 speed defense roll. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so she's actually so busy doing this miniature monologue that you can tell exactly where she's going to swing, and you defend it, you dodge it easily. Okay, Courtney, you're up. What do we got?
Okay. On the way out of the home ec room, I grabbed the fire extinguisher from next to the stove.
Okay.
I'm going to run up to the little wannabe cheerleader and I am going to clock her upside the head with this. Just,
Okay. Yeah, give me a difficulty 2. This will be a medium weapon attack.
there we go.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you clock her, and she comes back, and so one of the things that either makes zombies more or less creepy is the fact that like their eyes are completely dead, like there's nothing behind them at all. She turns, and they're like little, almost like she's crying drips of green slime as she looks over, and you see recognition in her eyes. And that just creeps you the fuck out.
Yeah,
And Desmond, that makes it your turn.
Their target, what are they? Difficulty 2?
Yeah.
Difficulty 2. So I rummaged through the collection of stuff that I had grabbed and pick up the really ancient, dull as all heck fabric shears that are still in there somehow. It's just to ruin people's projects, I guess. So I
Okay.
chuck those at her, give it a good woof behind it,
Love it.
and bam.
Okay. Okay, well, that
7
was
total.
That was another 7. Okay. Yeah, you it is still up and standing, but so yeah, rusty scissors. Rusty shears. Yeah, they're actually sticking through one of her eyes.
See, now there's only recognition in
In
one
one
of her
eye.
eyes. You're welcome. The things I do for my friend.
Right? All right. And that brings it to our shot.
Okay. In response to Desmond having thrust the shears were there, he looks at Desmond and goes, "I see what you did there." And he goes to take the mop handle and aims for her other eye.
Okay. Yep, make me a medium weapon attack, difficulty 2. You have hit it. And yes, you have actually managed to kill it. So yeah, so again, describe it. How do you take this one out?
So the shears are in one eye. Ottershot aims for the other eye and thrusts the mop handle in, broken off part first, of course.
Of course.
And you see the responsiveness of the body just go limp. And then he just takes that and twists.
Oh.
And just like the jock, when he lets go, the head falls forward, but with that little just couple of pieces of connective tissue holding it on. But before it has a chance to actually fall off, the entire body just falls backwards into a very satisfying yet not flump.
So yeah, the body falls backwards. The head at this point is turned around, so the head is falling quote unquote forwards as the head is looking. And wouldn't you know it, her head lands right in his lap.
Together at last.
Okay, so that now having been taken care of,
Since we're taking the long route around, I imagine we're finally going to be passing by your locker.
Yeah.
If nothing else. If you can remember your combination and open it up in less than 10 seconds, like a good high schooler.
Okay. So yeah, you make it around around the loop of the high school. Yes, Arshot, you're absolutely passing by your locker.
There. Get.
Now,
I've been waiting for these.
now you are.
In the 30, 45 seconds it took for Arshawn to open his locker and stuff, I'd like to reach into my backpack, pull out an energy drink, and chug the thing and use that as a restorative healing action.
Oh, as your one action recovery roll?
Yes.
Do it.
And where the hell is the...
It's under combat.
Yeah, it's a heart this
Yep.
time. Yay.
There you go.
Yay.
6 to there.
All right. So, okay. So let's see. Courtney, you still have a fire extinguisher. Arshot, you now have your cricket bats. What are you doing with the moop? With a moop? Mop handle. There was some combination of mop and broom in there, and then it just went completely off the rails. What are you doing
It
with the mop
was
handle?
the moops.
Yep.
I'll take it because I don't have a weapon.
There you go.
Okay. It is a medium weapon,
Oh, of
So-
course it is.
so you're going to be impaired while using it.
You can break it into something smaller.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It's a mop handle.
Yeah, you could actually, like, if you broke it in half, that would absolutely be like a light weapon baton.
Well, once we get to the kitchen, because I'm not setting this flask of whatever it is
Yep.
down. It was enough of a juggle to one-handedly reach for my energy drink, crack it with a single finger, and chug.
you pop the tab with your teeth.
Exactly.
All right,
There's-
and you make it back to the cafeteria. You see down the hall a little bit. You see Daniel is trying desperately to get a good strike in on Jello salad. Jello Biafra. There you go. It kind of, he does notice the four of you, and he looks up and he just says, "Go!" What do you
I-
do?
I'll lead the way if need be and book it towards the kitchen. All right, making sure not to
Oh, I'm not stopping.
watch your
Yeah.
where you're stepping, so not to step in the fire extinguisher foam, the blood, or the oozing jello.
Man, poor janitor who's got to clean. Oh wait. Now, you get to the kitchen, and Doreen is there chanting again. This time in front of the oven.
Oh no.
And you manage to look in and see the largest, most disturbingly humanoid shaped pan of meatloaf that you have ever seen in your life. And below it, on a baking tray, are a tray full of little tater tots standing up like the little coconut guys from Moana. She no! My plans will not be rendered asunder now! My master will unleash his power upon the world!
I was just asking if you had chocolate milk today. I mean, damn, woman.
And that's enough! I've had it with you kids, and your chocolate milk this, and your extra ketchup that. Now it's time for Doreen to get hers!
I look at her and go, that's enough. and with my force of voice, do it just de-incentivize.
Okay. Please make me a difficulty 4 disincentivize roll.
You know, pause it for one round, but better than nothing.
One round's a good thing.
So disincentivize will basically hinder her for a round.
Right,
So,
but
yeah.
it'll pause her.
Yep.
For a second.
Nope.
Never mind.
Excuse me. No, she is so wrapped up in her own little headspace here that I don't think you're actually
not-
surprised that she clocked enough of what Desmond was saying to actually respond to him.
Oh.
And we're just we're gonna do this a little cinematically because it is 10:15, and I know we got a late start, but this was not meant to be a combat heavy game, session, just enough to make it interesting. So here's what we're going to do. I would like everyone, please, to make me. Well, first of all, we'll start with an initiative roll. Just roll, or I have to start making. Okay. Just everyone roll initiative if you would, please. All right. And we are starting with Desmond. Desmond, what would you like to attempt to do in order to foil Lunch Lady Doreen's plans?
Okay, she is in front of the stove.
Mhm.
Where is the vat that she was cooking all the nasty in?
So she's got one of just the cabinet stove, and then next to it is the big double high oven. So she is currently actually standing right between them. Not in between them, but on the line. You know what I mean.
Is she blocking our way to the stove where the vat of Jello goo was?
Yes, actually, when you came in and confronted her, she actually did move. So yeah, I will retcon what I just said. Yes, she is actually now standing in front of the stove between it and you.
Okay. So that was not going to work. In that case, we're in a kitchen.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab a knife out of a block and chuck that at her.
Okay. All right. So we'll get to all the results of these when I find it narratively satisfying. I'm not going to worry about rules and stuff. This is the cinematic moment of how you take her out. Jessica, what are you doing?
To get a visual, is there a prep island down the center of the kitchen space?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to move around the island, keeping it between me and Doreen.
Okay.
To try and come up from behind with the beaker of stuff.
Okay. Are you attempting to blend in?
Yeah.
Make me a difficulty 4. We'll do this one now. Make me a difficulty 4 blend in.
Never mind.
You've got 4 XP.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Good call.
I'm gonna spend an XP and reroll. 'Cause I don't want to waste it. 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 'Cause I don't want to waste it
There we go.
Whoa!
Nice.
There we go.
Okay, so click on the little. Yep, there you go. That was an excellent use of an XP reroll.
Yes.
So you here's what I'll say. You managed to hide from her so well, so completely. You are just not her problem at all. You're just nice little innocent little Jessica who would never hurt a thing. And I will give you, if you wish, the ability after we resolve this round of actions to turn the oven off.
Okay, I accept that.
Arashat, what are you doing to assist in this endeavor?
So, she's gonna turn the oven off. We have our little things, and Doreen has gone bye-bye. What do you got, Egon? Is that where we are?
Yes, she is still holding the ritual book.
Oh, is she now?
Yes, as a matter of
Huh.
fact.
Hold on. Then, all right. Approximate distance between me and Doreen?
You are not right next to her, but you are in immediate range. So you can run up and hit her if you want.
Oh, I don't want to hit her.
Okay.
I want to jump and grab the book from her hand.
Okay. So this is going to be a jumping roll.
Yes.
And we're going to kind of combine it with kind of a grappling and kind of a disarming kind of thing because you're going for the book. So we're going to call this difficulty 6.
Okay.
I will remind you that you are all T3 and can put 3 levels of effort towards things.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Okay. That's fine. Oh, my put. Excellent. Then yes, we will put the 2 levels of effort
Okay.
into that. And all right.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay. Courtney, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go all Tanya Harding on her, and I'm gonna try to take out her knee with the fire extinguisher that I still have in my hand.
Okay. I would now like Desmond and Courtney to roll your attack rolls. They are difficulty 4.
There we go.
Yep.
Ooh.
You probably don't want the devil's bargain I would offer you in this case.
Probably not.
All right. So here is how this goes. This whole round of combat. Jessica, you have gone and blended in and are sneaking your way around the island and find yourself now in front of the oven with Meatloaf Mike and the tater tots.
My battery just died. Mouse.
Damn
Damn it.
Desmond, I forget what you were. Oh yeah, you just threw a knife. You just threw a knife at her. As Courtney's shot connects, she is thrown a little bit off balance, and your knife went where her head was a moment ago. Between the two of those, she is distracted enough that Arshot, you can jump, kind of, do a bound and re-jump over the island. Kind of like a cat doing a second jump of a mouse. And you wrestle the book from her hand. You are, however, also airborne. So let's go to the next round. Desmond, what are you doing?
Okay, has she been pushed back at all?
No.
All right, but she no longer has the book.
Yep.
Let's see.
Okay. And you can see where her hand was holding the book, where the book was, her skin is scorched and burnt and still glowing kind of red. Whether it's from magic or from just heat, you can't really tell.
All right, so this time I think.
Now it really does
I will
smell
do-
like today's chili, by the way.
I'm going to grab something with a little bit more heft. So I grab a saucepan off of one of the racks
Okay.
and pitch that at her head.
Okay. Jessica.
Well, I've now come around the island.
Mhm.
So I'm behind Doreen,
Yes.
next to the stock pot.
Yep.
I dump the contents of the flask
Okay.
into it. And who's closest to me? Would that be Courtney?
That would be probably Courtney.
And offer to say, she can toss me her little packet of stuff if she wants to.
Okay. Now, Arshot,
Okay.
you are now flying through the air.
Da 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 dun, da
Yeah.
da.
Unfortunately, you do not have a long way to go before the wall and its rack of hanging utensils and cookware are rising up to greet you.
Well, fortunately, that's what I have the book for.
Okay.
So I do the lunge. I reach out across my body to grab the book
Mhm.
and twist it out of her hand, and grabbing the other side of the book, and I put that in front of me as I put my feet out in order to do the long jump type landing wherever that might be, and try to protect myself from whatever's in front of me.
Okay. Courtney.
Okay, I am going to take my action to hand the little pouch thingy off to Jessica.
Jessica, I will say that you can dump that in at this point.
Well, I first say, how much do we put in? Because I wasn't paying attention.
It was two pinches or three pinches. Shit.
Start with 2.
Neck tie. Sorry, I'm having.
It was 2 drips, 2 pinches, 3 of the thingies in my bag, and the whole flask of the other stuff.
Okay. So I take her pack and do the quick 2 pinches into the.
Okay. So Desmond, I need you to make your onslaught roll. Arshot, I need you to make an make it like an acrobatics roll, like speed or something. So your jumping does not come into play.
Right.
And that will be difficulty 5.
Okay, and she's a target 4 to hit.
Yes.
And is that just like a do that as a speed rather than speed defense?
Yep.
Okay. Difficulty
Right,
5.
for my minor effect,
Yep.
I'm figuring
Oops.
she gets beamed in the face with a high-speed saucepan. She gets knocked back a few steps.
Okay. All
Right
right.
into me.
Hmm?
Into me. Because I'm like right behind her.
No, away from the pot.
But
is what
Jessica
I'm
is
thinking.
actually right behind her.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
she
like
is?
right behind her.
Okay, no, actually, in that case, since it's a saucepan, it hits her in the head and somehow lands on it. So she has to, see underneath the rim of it or remove it in order to, keep
Okay.
doing what she's up to.
Okay. Love it. Love it. Arshot, you crash into various saucepans and cooking implements and whatnot. Please take 5 points of might damage, minus the 2 from your armor.
So 5 points of might, but I have armor, so that's just 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And she is going to take advantage of the fact that you are injured and kind of discombobulated, and attempt to get her book back. Please make me a. Yeah, this will be a might roll. Let me see what you had. That might assist with this. Nope. Might roll difficulty 4.
I want to keep the book. Crap.
You do not. Well, I mean, you can still re-roll. You don't need. It doesn't need to be a 1.
Yeah, sure. Oh, do I click the die? Reroll?
Just click the little re-roll button. There we go. So she gets her hands on the book and is attempting to wrestle it away from her, or wrestle it away from you. Tell me what childhood memory this brings back when your father caught you with a book you weren't supposed to have. That kind of gives you just that little touch of PTSD to refocus and rip it back away from her.
It wasn't the memory of Arshot's father catching me with a book I shouldn't have. It was the wrestling lessons that his Olympic champion grandfather insisted on giving him as a young lad starting at age 4.
Okay.
And he didn't always want the lessons, but he always got the lessons. So it's that twinge of a little bit of PTSD, but recalling those instinctive moves of just position, maneuvering, and wrenching that away so that she don't got no chance.
Okay. Let's see. So yeah, you Desmond, you clock her, and actually, so what happened is she turned around to grab the book back from Arshot, and that's when you beamed her in the back of the head with a frying pan. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we didn't get to Courtney. Did we? No. What were you doing this round?
I was handing the
Oh
thing,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
drawstring
Okay,
thing
yep,
off to
got
Jessica.
it, yep. Okay. Um. So yes. So the flask and the pinches of powder have gone into the pot, and the pot is now covered. Desmond.
Okay, so lunch lady is tied up right now with the other two. So, is she holding the lid onto the pot?
No. No, it
All
landed
right.
and covered the top.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pull that off and chuck the three things out of my bag into it.
Okay. Um. Make me a. We're gonna call this speed defense. Um. If you have anything that you think would apply, feel free to pitch it to me.
Basically to wrestle with her over it, or
No, to basically get around her and because you are going to
oh,
be in close quarters with her, to basically get the lid off and get the things into the pot without her, you know, clocking you and taking a swing at you.
okay. Well, since I'm a little bit away from her inside of the kitchen, I was thinking of using far steps. So I'm over here, and then poof, I'm right over to where the pot is, so she doesn't even see me move there. I'm an unexpected entity at that part.
Okay, so in that case, we'll make the yeah. I'll give you 2 assets for that. So it's still difficulty 4, but you got 2 assets.
Okay, so speed defense,
Difficulty 4,
for
2
two
assets.
assets. And
Okay,
oh,
nice. Um, so yeah, so you get the so uh these three kind of blackish gray, very shiny. They kind of look like marbles, but they're far too heavy to be just glass marbles. Um, they're also probably far too heavy to be just straight up like obsidian or something. Um, they're surprisingly heavy for the small size. They bloop 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 into the pot, and only now does she kind of realize what's going on. Jessica.
Okay. I grab a chef's knife
Okay.
and basically, because I'm assuming Uncle James has taught me a little bit of knife street fighting, because he knows me. And I just basically, I do, for any who know me, would be very unexpected, which is I just leap up and I try to jam the knife into Doreen
Okay. Um,
with my light weapon skill.
yep. Yeah, this is absolutely a light weapon. So make that difficulty 4. It should automatically ease it for you because it's a light weapon, but if not, take that into account.
Ask East, yep.
Yep. Okay.
And I'm gonna.
And this is might or speed, your choice.
I'm gonna do speed because I a weak little thing.
Nice.
So yeah, I just kind of take that one step and just kind of jump up and grab her and drive it into that spot
Okay.
right in the clavicle area.
All right. Arshat.
I think it's my turn to put ingredients into the pot now, having rested the book and getting away, and especially with knife coming in like that. So I get the little bag, drawstring bag out of my pocket.
No, yours,
Yeah, the
yours was the
drawstring bag.
eyedropper bottle.
Oh, this is the eyedropper
Yep.
bottle. It's like, was it 3 drops?
2 drops, I thought.
Two. Okay. And maneuver so that the pot is in between me and Doreen. And I put 2 drops into the pot.
Okay. And Courtney.
Okay. I'm going to continue wailing on her from whatever angle I can get at her with the fire extinguisher. Tired.
Yep.
With the fire extinguisher.
Difficulty
Let's
4.
see if maybe I can take out a hip this time. No. Oh, and I'm blanking on what the difficulty was for.
Yep. Nice.
Yep.
Okay. So, okay. So, Desmond, you put the little marbly things in. Arshot, you drop the droppers in. Courtney, you catch her on the knee. And she'll just, I just got that replaced. Or more specifically, I just got that replaced. As a chef's knife is driven into her neck by Jessica. Now, group intrusion.
Yep.
Okay? The book falls into the pot.
I have better dexterity than that.
The problem is, will the book fuck up the chemical reaction?
Yeah.
I grab a lid and slap it on top of it in case it erupts.
Good
Smart.
call. Desmond, please make me a might roll difficulty 6.
Ugh. You've seen my character. He's, has a pair of arms like overcooked noodles.
Stronger than me.
I say you've got you don't have any might edge, but you got 13 in might. That don't suck. And really, you also have your lucky pool.
How do I use the luck pool?
Oh, dude.
Let's see.
So yeah, basically what I'm going to say is spend the points out of your might and then just give yourself 3 back by taking them out of the luck pool.
Okay.
Or honestly, if you're going to spend, if you know it's going to cost you at least that many, just put them out of the luck pool and put them into your might pool before you even roll.
Well, I can ease 3, so yep, let's try that. Well, if I fail, hopefully somebody can help me. Oh. Ooh.
Nice.
Using all of my pitiful might that I have.
Hey, it was enough. So yeah, so as the book falls in, you see that the fluorescent green ooze, which had been starting to boil and double toil and trouble and all that fun stuff, and was looking like something was going to happen. The last of the ingredients falls in, and it kind of starts fading to almost clear. And then the book falls in and it turns blood red.
Crappity crap.
And
He's discovered how to churn lime into cherry. It's amazing.
you slam the lid down, and every ounce of strength you can muster is all that keeps the lid on this thing as the pot. That's a spicy meatball. You actually see, almost like a cartoon, you see the pot kind of, expand, and red smoke comes out from around the lid. And
Well, that could have gone worse.
That in. Don't breathe that in.
And you take the lid off, and the pot is, all of what was in the pot is gone. The inside of the pot is scorched, burnt, and there's some kind of rune, some kind of symbol that is probably, looks to be magical of some kind, you would guess, kind of inscribed in the scorch marks. And that's when Daniel he's not a slime zombie, but you have to kind of do a double take because he's pretty well, he slimed me. He comes in, kind of, hobbles in a little bit, looks and goes, fuck. And that's where we're going to end it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was a special one-shot called Detention of Doom. We hope you enjoyed our little, I guess, Halloween special. At least that's how we're justifying it, because Matt couldn't make it tonight, and the next piece of the Echoes plot, we really want everyone to be there. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to do probably a quick after show, because this went a little bit late. And then hopefully we will see you back in 2 weeks, back to our normal Echoes of the Undying. But in the meantime, for Ray, Julie, Patrick, and ECAT, I am Trevor, the Vitruvian Maple. Happy Halloween, everyone.